All right, welcome back, guys, to the fourth lesson. And at this lesson, we'll be looking at text formatting. I've, in our last class, I gave an assignment for you to actually list out 20 block elements and then 20 inline elements. I believe that you must have done that and then written something inside for you to see their display on the browser. All right, I've listed some of the block elements and then some also of the inline elements. Let's just see their representation on the browser. So this is how they actually look like. You can see this is the H1, H2, H3 and so forth, and these are the inline elements. You can see all of them are just bundled on one line because there are spaces. Remember what I told you about the definition of block element and inline element. Block elements do not share their spaces, do not share their line space, while inline elements share their line space. If there is room, they share their line spaces. Alright, but what we'll be looking at right now, you can pause the video and then take note of this. But what we'll be looking at is text. We'll be looking at text formatting. Alright, how do we format text? First of all, I'm going to take all these things off. So I am left with just the body elements. But before I go into that, let's observe something. If I refresh my page, that is the only way we can see what we are doing from our VS Code that will be showing there. For instance, if I type hello world, if I type in hello world, and then I come to my page, to my browser, and then I refresh, that is only when I will see it. But we want to make it in a way that it reloads automatically. So what you will do is to go on this part called extensions. Now on my VS Code, it is showing on my right hand side, but in your own it will be showing on your left hand side. This stuff will be showing on your left hand side. I shifted it to my right hand side, but it is more convenient for me. Okay, if you click on it and then we go here, you can type in live server. Alright then, my friends, if you type in live server on your extensions, you're going to see live server. You click on it, you're going to see this package for you to install. I've already installed it, so that's why it's showing me on install. So install it. When you install it, you're going to see this icon go live. So click here to close. You're going to see this icon go live. What does this thing do? It will automatically reload the page each time we make changes to our code. The page will be reloaded instead of we going to refresh it, whatever code we make. So if we click on it, go live. We just have to give allow VS Code. So we've gone live. Then we take this off, then we close here, and then if we make any changes, let's say hello world you see that it automatically appears. You can see that it automatically appears on the left hand side. So if I make any changes just like this, it automatically appears because of that. Well, let's look at some text to format. If I want to make a text bold, I make use of the element called build. B. B element makes the text to be bold. B element, and also strong makes the element bold as well. So you can use strong to make an element bold. Then break. The element break actually breaks the line. You can see that these two elements are inline elements. So if you want to break a line, you use this element. But if I remove it, you see the two elements coming together because they are both inline. But if I add it again, then it will break the line. So this is used to break the line. And then again, we also have em for emphasis. So this is for emphasis. Let's say is my website. You can see how it's displaying here. This is my website for emphasis. And also we do have H1 for headings. We can say welcome to my world of of programming. So this is the H1 element. Then we can also, for instance, if I want to say like in mathematics x squared, if I want to write something like that, I can say um, x, then these two, we want these two to be raised, these two here, we want these two to be as the power. So what we do, we are going to use the element called sub. So open brackets, put sub, and then put 2 between it. So we see this text there as 2, x to the power of 2. We want to say y sub 2, which is y 5. We want this 5 to be at the base of y. You can do something like that by saying y. Then instead of sub, we use sub for it to come down. You can say y 3. So we see that it's at the base of y. So that is these are one of the way you can format your your uh, your text. Right, let's look at some other ones. Then we can use the elements. For instance, I might have a price tag of 5,000 and then see how it roll it out. If you have an e-commerce website where you may, for instance, you were selling 5,000 and then you reduce the price, you give a discount of let's say 20%, so you are selling 4,000 something. You can use these elements to actually strike out the initial price, which is the del keyword. Then we also have underline. If you want to underline a text, let's say my heading, you can see you can underline a text by using the U elements. You can also use the element called mark. Also use the elements mark. So this is to actually give a mark of something like color to that text. Also to italic something, wishing to make something slanty, we can use the I element and say italic and see how slanty it is. Alright, this is the end of text formatting. See you in the next class.